In this video, I will explain you how to make front end of this application. I have already explained how to make its backend in my previous video. So let's open it in VS Code. You can see here the backend code is completed. Now we will go to the front end code. So first I will change my directory from backend to front end. Okay guys, we will use React for that. So I will install my React here. The command for that is npx create react app, then dot. This dot signifies that we want to install it in current directory. It will take some time, so let's wait for that. Okay guys, you can see this has been installed, and we will start this by using this npm start. It will compile first, then it will directly open in the Chrome browser. So you see development server has started. Currently you are looking for this icon and this small text, so it is by default. Now you can see here this front-end folder. There are node modules, public folder and src folder. Here you see default code of this. So what we will do, we will first remove all this. We will only keep this return statement and nothing else. Currently we will put single div inside that so that it doesn't give error. Okay, now if you go to, you see this is completely blank. Okay, here some warnings will appear, so currently we will ignore them. Now we have to install the tailwind css. Currently if I write here something, for example notes app, okay, and you see this, and we apply, if you try to apply tailwind css, it will not be applied. For example, in tailwind css we are using class name background blue 100 flex justify center. So you see there is no change in this. Okay, so we will install tailwind css here. To do that, first I'll say control C. Now I have told you about how to install tailwind css. Like here we have this command npm install -d tailwind css 3.14. We are using version 3 right now. Okay, so using this command npm install -d, it will install tailwind css as dependency, and post css and auto prefixer are configurations of it. So again it will take some time. Okay guys, after installation, one thing that we will notice here, okay, we will run one more command, this npx. So this will initialize our tailwind css in this project. npx tailwind css init -p. Okay, now you see the change. Here this post css.config.js and tailwind config.js, these two configurations files are installed. Okay, now in this we have to provide the path. Okay, how we will provide that? For that, I'll copy from this my inside this content array. I will provide these paths. So I will copy it from here and I'll paste it in this content array. I have pasted these two lines. Like my source is index.html file, and all the directories, whether it is .js file or .ts file, inside this src folder, I have to apply tailwind in these folders. I'll save it. Now after this, one more thing. Uh, Inside src folder, I have app.css file. Now you will see there is css of previous default css is there. So I will remove all this, and at this place I will put this three utility classes, and we have to make sure that they are in order. The first is base, the second is components, and the third is utilities. These are utility classes which helps to css tailwind css run. Okay, so we are configured it successfully. Now let's check whether our classes are applied or not. Okay guys, it is taking some time. Now if you observe carefully, uh, okay, I will give one more class. I'm changing its color right now. Okay, it is not applied. Let me check. Okay guys, we have made one mistake here. I don't need to write css in this. There is no requirement of css. Now it should work fine. You can see guys, this red 100 has come here, and this node step has come on the center horizontally. Okay, so we again will go here, and now we will design our front end. So I was using blue 100. Okay, I'll refresh it. So you see background is now blue. Since it will take a lot of time if I design it, so I will just copy my classes from my previous website. Okay, so this is the first. I will apply this class padding 10 flex, padding 10 flex column border 4 and background blue 100. I will explain what each class does. The first is padding 10. It gives padding 10 from all sides, like all four sides. Then flex, it makes our div flex box. Then flex call. If I don't use this flex call, so what it will do, it will put the content inside it. For example, this is my notes application. Okay, And if I put it inside an H header, and after that I use another div and for example some note. Okay, so they will be in if I don't use this flex call. For example, currently I'm removing it, and I will show you what happen if it is not there. So you see notes app, then note, but I want them one below other. So for that I will have to use this flex call class. It will make container as a column. Okay, now if you go and see, they are in one below other. So that we wanted and that we achieved. Okay, uh, now border 4. This gives the border of 4 pixel, 4 points outside that. So you see that this very small border, this is in all 4 directions, very small size. Okay, now the next div. Now we will use this class. I will copy this and paste it in our this project, and I will explain what each class does. Like for example, this text for Excel, it increases the size of our text to 4 extra large. Then flex, it makes our H1 flex box. Then justify center, it horizontally makes it in the center. Then font bold, it makes the bold font of our this notes app. So currently if you see the font and all this is very small, and text is also very small, it is not bold. If I save it and again if I see, so you see this has become bold and in the center of this horizontally. Okay, now inside this div, first I will copy this class. Again this does same like border, it gives border of 20 and it makes justify center. So I will paste it here. Now if you see, it has come in the center. I will open it, and you see there is a block, you know notes.map. So I will first keep it empty. I will remove it, and I will make this small, and currently I'm giving it like note. Okay, so here all my notes will be one by one. For example, this is my note. I will use notes array method in order to display different notes. So first I'll create some random notes. I'll create them here. Const notes equal to, now since it will be an array, so we are making it array of objects. The first objects will be like title, my first note, and description, uh, my first description. Then I'll copy it 3 times. Okay, and I will change it to second and third. Okay guys, so my array is ready. Now I have to use this array. So I will remove this and I will use syntax like nodes array, and we have the method called map method. Nodes.map, we will take one single node, and using this node I'll make a div. Inside this div I will have title and description. So I will give title in h1 and node.title, and description I will give in h3 or in paragraph. Okay guys, so we see this in the front end. Currently it is not visible because let me check where I'm making it wrong. Okay, we have made a mistake. We don't need to use this here. Okay guys, now let's see. You see my first note, my first description, my second note, my second description. So we will have to give some gap to it. For that, let me first go and copy some styling. So inside that first div we have this class. Okay, don't worry, I will explain each class. Okay, you see all my cards are ready. Now I am explaining this. First is flex. This makes it flex box. Then flex column. I have explained that previously. Then makes width small. This gives it a small width of our card. Then margin 10. It gives each card margin of 10. Then rounded large. This class makes its border rounded. Then we are giving it border, and border grade 200. Of course this is not visible, but you see very carefully here a small border which is of gray color. Then we have padding of 4. So you see here the padding of 4. Then we have background white and shadow medium. If you see, we have background of white color inside the cards, and shadow, this outer small shadow, this is of large, medium, sorry. And now border 20. You can see on each card there is a border of 20 pixel. Then rounded extra large. So these are some overridden classes. And overflow hidden. Okay, so it hides overflowed content. Now we will give styling to h1 and paragraph, but here I have used h2, but don't worry, it doesn't make me big change. I'll copy it. I'll paste it in my h1. Now see the change. You see my h1 is now bigger. My title is now bigger. So I am explaining that, like for example, margin bottom 2, it gives the title bottom of margin of 2, then text to xl, this gives text size of 2xl, then font bold, this gives the font bold. Tracking tight, it helps like it's a kind of decoration on the text. Then text gray 900, so its text color is now become gray 900. And note dot title is our, like inside this note object we have title property and its value is visible. Now we will give styling to this paragraph. Note dot description, copy these classes and paste it in the description. Now if you see carefully, our cards are looking better. Okay, now below that we have to make two buttons, edit and delete button. So I will make these buttons. The first button is edit button and second button is delete button. We have to give styling to all to do these. So first I will give it margin top of 4 to separate it from title and description. Then I will give styling to buttons as well. So first I am copying this class. You can give styling according to your requirement, like how cards do you like. And I am again copying this class as well for delete button. Save it and let's go and see. You see guys, these two buttons are now visible. We have edit button and delete button. Now after this when I click on it, it should do its task, but before that I am going to make a form below that. So after this div, first I'll close it. Now after this first div, I will make another div. Now this div is for form, like to add a new note we will use this form. So we are using form element. uh, Now I will copy styling for it. I'll copy it from here. So first I will give this and copy it. And I'll paste it here. Sorry, I will paste it here. These are same classes that we used previously, so you can understand them. Now inside this form I am copying this class. Okay guys, so if you go and see, currently it is empty, right? But we have to create form inside that, and we will require some h1, some inputs, all these things. So we will make them one by one. The first thing that we will require is h1. This h1 will be for like title. Then we will require an input tag. So this input tag, now we will require another h1 for description. Description. Okay. First we will give all these classes. So for h1 I am giving this class, copy it, paste it here. This give, now same class we will give in description as well. Okay, and now let's see. So you see these inputs and title and description are ready. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to give default values to these inputs, but before that we will give them classes. Like in this we are giving padding of 4, so we are copying it. In input we will give a padding of 4. Here in input we will give padding of 4. Now our title and description looks bigger. Okay, now below that I have this button. This button is for, like you see, add new note and edit note. So I will first create it for add new note. So I will go to add button tag and add new note. I'll save it and let's see how it looks in the front end. So you see, but it is not visible. We will have to give classes to this styling classes. I'll copy it and I'll paste it in the button. You see, this is button is ready. And now we can fill this form and connect to our backend. But for that we have to go step by step. First we will have to create a new state. Okay, so I am creating that new state of note here. To create a note I will use state. So const note comma set note is equal to use state, enter. So you see it has imported use state hook here. Okay, and inside this note I will give title empty and description also empty. Now this title and description are empty currently. I have to use this note in my this form. So this is title and I will give it value equal to note dot title and description value note dot description. So you see here currently these fields are empty. Now when I change it on change, I want to run a function handle change, and the same function I want, sorry guys, I have get it in wrong place. I have to give it inside these inputs. Okay, so in my first input I have to use this on change function which will handle the change, and the same with this as well. I will give on change equal to handle change, right? So when I change its value, it should change its and also I have to give some default value, but I am not giving right now. Now this handle change function I will implement here. I'm making it arrow function. Now this handle change function is what it will do, we'll understand. First let me save it and let me go it here. If I write something here, for example hi, so you see I am typing but there is nothing which is being typed. Why this is? Because in my value of this input you see not dot title, and if I type anything it will remain same like empty, because currently this note is being shown in this input. So first I will change it to uh, every time I type I will change it using set note hook. How? If I will first take event here. Every time when I type it gets event, and if I console log the value of this event like e dot target dot value, so whatever I am typing it will log in the console. So I am opening console, I am going to inspect console. You see it is showing some error like each child in a list should have key property. First we are fixing it. Like in my notes there should be an id, okay, and here I will give it a key named id. Now this error should have gone. If I refresh it, so you see there is no error right now. Now we come to our point. If I type something here, it gets typed here in the console, uh, but it is not getting typed here. Every time when I click, it creates an event, and this event, like if I type something in the title, it throws an event, and that event will handle in handle change. Now this e don't target dot value, this is the value that we type in the input. So how I will utilize it? I will set note, I will use this function set note, and inside this I will create an object. The first thing I will do, I will copy the current note as it is, like dot 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 note. Next thing I will do, I will use this syntax e dot title dot name. Now what this does, this takes the name of the input. Okay, like whether this is title or description, this input we get from here, e dot title dot name. And the next thing, its value, e dot target, sorry, it's not title, it's target, e dot target dot name, e dot target dot value. Now if you go back and you try to type something, if I refresh it, if I type, it is not getting typed. Let me see. Okay guys, we are missing one thing. This, we are not giving it name property, which is very important property. So I will give it name equal to title, and I will give it name equal to description. Now it will work fine. If I refresh it, I'll put hello. So you see, this is now typing here. I'll put description world. Okay, now just come back to our code. This is working fine. The next thing we will do, after I have typed something, like I have to add this note.